Hi friends, this is just a quick tutorial on how to view your gallery and download your photos. So you should have just received an email from me in your inbox, so we're going to go ahead and click on that. And we're going to go ahead and scroll down. So normally you'll have a little note from me right here, and then you'll have a link to view your photos, and you'll also want to note your gallery password, which is included here, and your download pin. So we're going to go ahead and click View Photos to access our gallery. It'll bring us up into a new web browser here, and we're going to enter our own personal email address. So in your case, enter your email address, or your friends, when they access, they enter their own email address, and then just make sure they have the password, which if we look back at our email, in this case it's Labs Life, all capital letters. So we're going to type that in and then click enter, which will bring us to our gallery. So if you scroll down, what you're going to see first are all of the favorite images that I've selected from your photo shoot or your wedding day. So as you scroll, they're all going to be my personal favorite images, and they will show up just like this. So if you scroll back up, this is where it's indicated which gallery we're in. So right now we're in the favorites. If we want to view the full gallery, we can click here to access all of the images from your entire photo shoot or your entire wedding day. So as you see, there are a lot more images included in this gallery. And you can always click back and forth. You can go back to your favorites, and you can even scroll. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's also a View More option. If you click View More, that will automatically bring you to the full gallery as well. So if you notice as you're looking at your images, there are options as you hover over a photo. So we have a heart option, a cart, a download, and a share button, which are all of the same options you see over here as well. So if you click on any individual image, you can download an individual image, which is really awesome about this gallery. So let's say we want to download this cute little guy here. We're going to look up top here at all of our options, and we're going to click the download button. And when we do that for the first time, we have to enter our information again. So we'll enter our email address, and then we need the download pin, which is 6508. And again, that's included in your initial email. So we'll type in our pin, hit let's go, and then it's going to automatically download in our bottom left corner of our web browser, and it's also going to show up in our downloads folder over here. So let's say we want to scroll through some images, which you can do using this right arrow here. And let's say we want to download this cute little guy too. So we're going to click download, and the same exact thing is going to happen. We download this individual image, and then it shows up here. And you'll notice we didn't have to type in our information again, which is really nice. And that'll be the case for any image that we want to download individually. So let's say we want to download more than just one image at a time, which is what I absolutely recommend doing as soon as you receive your gallery. So you want to go back to your main gallery here, and up in this right hand corner under the header image, we have these options again that you see on your individual image as well. So in order to download groups of images, you have to click the download arrow located here. So we're going to click this download down arrow, and then it's going to bring us to another web browser here, and we have to type in our email address and our download pin one more time, which was 6508. Then we click next. And because I was doing this earlier, it's asking if I want to download existing, but we're going to do a new download. So like I said before, as soon as you receive your images, you're going to want to download the full gallery. And then later you can download just the favorites. You can also create your own favorites. So there's a lot of customizing options within your gallery, but right away I recommend do the full gallery and click Start Download. So what's going to happen now is it's fetching your images, and basically it's just preparing them for you to download. So what's going to happen is you can either wait right here until it's ready to download, or you'll also receive an email. So let's say you wanted to go do a couple of things and come back, you will receive an additional email in your inbox, which ours has already shown up, that says your photos are ready to download. So you can also just wait for this, and you should note that the download link is only available for 7 days, but if it expires you can always just go back through this process and do it all over again, so no need to worry about that. So once it shows up here, we have a little link that's going to bring us to our download. So if you notice, it says it's a zip file. If you're downloading for a wedding day, you'll probably have 2 zip files just because there are a lot more photos, and it needs to compress them into a smaller size. But in this case, we just have one. So we're going to go ahead and click this zip file so it starts downloading, as you see over here. And this looks like it's going to take a while. So what I already did, I downloaded these images ahead of time. So I want to show you what I do after the images are downloaded. So I go to my downloads folder, which is in this bottom right corner, And when your images are downloaded, it shows up as a zip file, which you'll see here. So right now this is where it is currently downloading, but I did this earlier. So you're going to want to click on the zip folder. It's going to expand that folder for you and then bring up your downloads folder. So what I do is I click on this image, or sorry, this folder, and it says right here full gallery. So we downloaded the full gallery, which is why it's labeled like that right now. If we downloaded just the favorites, or if you created another gallery that's named something else, when you download it, it'll be labeled as this. So what I always do is I click and I drag to my desktop. So once that's done, I always like to relabel my folders just so I can keep everything organized. So I would label this Lab Puppies. So now that it's renamed, I click on it. It's all of the 68 photos from the Lab Puppies shoot, and it now lives on my desktop. So another thing I like to do if I download an individual image, which shows up in my downloads folder as well, I just click on it and I drag it to my desktop too. Click and drag. This way I just have all of my images in one place and not just living in my downloads folder. So one other quick thing I wanted to show you about the gallery, so we're going to click out of that since we already downloaded, is I just want to show you about ordering prints. So anytime you want to order a print, you can click on an individual image, and then there's always this option, Buy Photo, in the top right corner. So if we want to purchase this cute little guy, we're going to click Buy Photo, and it's going to show up with all of our options of the types of prints that are available. So let's say you wanted a canvas print, you can just click these little headers and it'll bring you right to the canvas wraps that are available. Metal prints, same thing, so it's just a quick, easy way to jump to exactly the kinds of prints you want. So let's say we want to order a print and we want an 8 by 10. We're going to click +1 so that we add 1 to our cart. We could add 2, 3, as many as you want. And then let's say we also want to do let's do a 4 by 6, just so I can show you the crop. So immediately when you add them to your cart, we have this blue square that outlines, blue rectangle that outlines the photo, which simulates what the crop is going to look like. So you'll notice the 8 by 10, it makes it a bit smaller than what the actual image is, but the 4 by 6, it's perfect. It doesn't change the crop at all. So that's just really important as you're going through and ordering prints to make sure that you're paying attention to that crop, because you don't want to order prints where the crop ends up being differently than what you anticipated. And the reason for that is because the images are taken with a certain ratio, and then when you change it for the size print, in order to not compromise the size, it has to change the crop in order to keep the image looking at its best quality. So I just want to make sure you're noticing that. So if you go to View Cart, this is where you'll be able to change your crop. So in this case for the 8 by 10, let's say we click Edit Crop. Now we can move the blue rectangle. Let's say we want to include more of the basket. So now we can move it, and we just want to make sure we save it, and now our crop has been saved. So when we go to checkout, our crops look the way we want them to look. So make sure you're always paying extra attention to the crop as you're going. Okay, so this ends our little tutorial. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please make sure you reach out to me. I'm always happy to help. So I hope you love your photos. Thanks so much, guys.